Hello, this is Miss Johnston, and we are getting started on our selfie assignment. The selfie assignment has already been submitted to you. You already have the paperwork. You know what it looks like. Here it is right here. We are going to do these steps and see if we can get started on our selfie assignment. That is going to be due tomorrow at midnight. All right, so this is a due 2-day assignment. So let's go. So we go to Desmos. Here we go. And we want to go into the graphing calculator. You also want to be logged in. So here I am logged in. So log into your account. Also, we want to not have it. So once you're logged into your account, that means you want to create a new graph. So we don't want it to be untitled. We want to actually have a title for our graph. So let's go ahead and title this graph. So just click here, selfie assignment. All right, let's save it. You want to click on the selfie assignment and open that graph. So it's been saved. All right, and let's just get into it. Okay, so make sure it says selfie assignment up here and it doesn't say untitled. All right, so we're gonna click this plus sign right here and we're going to upload an image. All right, so you should have your selfie. Let's upload your image. All right, so here I have a selfie. You can make it bigger and smaller. You can also move it around the graph by clicking that middle, the origin. So if you want to have it over here or over here, I like to work in the positive x-axis, so probably over here. You can make it bigger as well. There we go. Some more things that this plus sign does is I can also create a folder. So I'm going to create a folder and trying to make the selfie hair. I can also create a folder and let's put all the things we need to make the eyes. Another folder for, put that underneath here for, let's say, nose. Oops. And so on. Once you're in the folder, right, we can create more equations. So how the equations are going to look in the folder, did you see that? You get like a little line under hair. All right, and then from there you can start trying out some, I kind of see like a parabola happening right here, an upside down parabola, and maybe like a kind of a parabola here a little bit, or that would be hair. Maybe we want like the face, right? It would be like another folder and so on. So that way you can have your different equations within each folder. All right. All right, another thing to see here is that I have an example right here for this parabola. If you want to restrict, so we can see for Mona Lisa that her head, like for her hairline, only goes from like here to here. So we can actually restrict our parabola not to be a complete parabola. So I'll put in an equation. Just give me a minute. Oops. All right, so I have y equals, let's say, x to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 2. So we get kind of something like this, and we don't want it over here, so we know it's going to be a negative, and we also have to have it shifted over a little bit more and up a little bit. So maybe 6 is too high, 5, 4. So this is how you're going to kind of move things around as well. And just play around with the numbers. This would also be maybe even a little bit easier if I change this to factored form. So having x and x minus 5. So getting a little bit closer, maybe playing around with the stretch or compression, right? And then shifting up different ways. So anyways, you will move it around like that. How to make it so that the parabola isn't going infinite is you want to do the squiggly brackets, right? I'm going to get this a little bit better. Just give me 1 minute. All right, so I got us something a little bit closer. I had to put a K value in there to make it squish down a little bit more. And now let's take this black parabola here and make it not as long. So we don't need it as long. I just want to get kind of the top of her head. So right now I'm working on her head, maybe even like putting this in her hair. So there we go. So I can drop down and you can see that it's right there with her hair. All right, so we don't want it to be within like going infinite. So probably around like where X is from like 2 to about, that would be like 3, 4.5. So we're gonna do 2, which is less than X, which is less than 4.5. So we get that kind of like little hat on top of her head right here. And then maybe we'll do another like curve happening here and then around kind of her jawline to put it in her face like that, maybe her face, and this is like the top of her hair. We'll need another curve for her rest of her hair right here and so on and so forth. And I can kind of zoom in there. You can even make the parabola a little bit better by making these numbers, just jiggling them around a bit in order to get like the best kind of like curve for it. But we've got a good start right there. So we can see that we have a restriction happening here where X is between 2 and 4.5, giving that curve right there. And we have an equation. Right, some of the equations you'll be working with or you'll try out or you'll see from other examples aren't really equations that we've seen before, and that's okay. You're allowed to use those too. This is something that we would have seen before, just the values are a little bit different because we were working in like millimeters here. So we definitely want to have like not just whole numbers anymore in order to get like that more accurate results. All right. And as you go, you're constantly saving your work, you're saving it, and then this would be your URL that you'd be able to use and constantly come back to. It's also saved within your file as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. This is due tomorrow at midnight, where you can submit it. All right, so we can go back over here into our, this will be our selfie assignment, which is posted right here. I also have our video right here will be our setup and some examples. So you can click on, this is Rachel, so you can click on Rachel and see her code, as well as a man with glasses, this girl Claire, Jared has a pretty awesome, you can even add color, so go check out some of these and some video examples as well. So you will be submitting it on your D2L page. So you go and click on your name here, and then you'll be able to submit it on, I think I have, just go here, and then you can submit it into class notes, right? So this could be your selfie assignment, and you'll post it or your link right here, right? If you're having trouble with submitting it there, then you can submit it by sending it to me as an email. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know.